Back out to Benny Lewis, two-point attempt. No, not to be. Benny still hustling in there. Good work by Benny Lewis. Scott Fisher can't be there. Willie Simmons. Boom! Well, this advantage that we got up here, this vantage point is coming looking down. Didn't look like he was going to dunk it. That fired up their team for sure. Both players going up above the ring for that rebound. Benny Lewis brings it back, runs their offense. Wayne Carroll into Scott Fisher. Good help there from Matthew Miller, but a little bit late. And the Giants take the lead for the first time in the ball game, 13 points to 11. 8 minutes to go in the first quarter. Nigel Purchase into Matthew Miller. Willie Simmons giving him all the room he wants. Andrew Power across to Ian Rouse. Nigel Purchase. They're trying to free Andrew Gage, and they get him open. He can't score over the big hand of Willie Simmons, and it'll be Melbourne ball on the side. The other thing, the North Melbourne Giants, 6 players averaging double figures. Melbourne only has 2 with Andrew Gage at 43 and Nigel Purchase averaging 16 points a game. That combination there, Nigel Purchase to Andrew Gage, has been a point production machine for the Melbourne Tigers this year, hasn't it?
Well, it's been great, but actually just watching then, if Wayne's going to play with a lot with his back to the ball, there's going to be a chance where they might be able to keep on connecting with that backdoor play.
Willie Simmons there with another offensive rebound. He's 4 for 4 from the floor at the moment. That's 8 points to Willie Simmons, so he's got 8 of his team's 15 points at this stage. Nigel Purchase across. Looking inside to Matthew Miller. Nice drive, Nigel Purchase. Can't get the ball to drop, however. Ian Rouse with a good steal. Andrew Gage, pump fake, drives the basket. Nice two. 3005, or 3003, I'm sorry. Benny Lewis right back. And here comes Andrew Gage. He has Wayne Carroll on him. Matthew Miller, 15-footer, doesn't want to take it. I don't know whether Coach Lindsey Gage would have said don't take it or not, but Andrew Gage there again. Andrew Gage, the second leading rebounder on the team as well, so the good thing about Andrew Gage, he can score, he can rebound, he can pass, he can really do it all, can't he, Barry?
Yeah, he works hard. He's one of those young players that I think is enjoyable to coach because he loves to play.
I think everybody would remember, too, against the Russians in that 6th test in Melbourne, 34 points in the second half. Willie Simmons going 5 for 5 with his 10th point of the ball game. Andrew Gage scored 34 points in the second half to tie the game up and send the 6th test against the Soviets into overtime. And everybody in Melbourne went crazy on that shot, I'm sure. Backdoor play there. Andrew Gage gets himself open again. And there's that combination. Nigel Purchase to Andrew Gage. He just cannot leave him alone.
Well, again, see, Wayne Carroll is trying to deny Andrew the ball, but by playing with his back to the ball, Andrew's been able to just head fake him and go. And the old play, Nigel to Andrew, is on again.
And, of course, Andrew Gage, one of the best players I think I've ever seen without the ball. He's so efficient in his backdoor cuts and getting himself open. And that's how he's averaging 43 points a game at again, backdoors Wayne Carroll. Just can't get that one to drop, but you can see the quickness of Andrew Gage getting inside there. David Graham pulls up for 10-footer, gets his offensive rebound, goes back up again and scores. So 19 points to 17, 5 minutes to go in the first quarter. The Giants still on top in this all-important clash here in the last round of the National Basketball League before the Wang playoff series starts next week. David Graham get a holding call there on Ian Rouse. Greg Bartlett makes his first appearance into the game, replacing Rouse. So they have a fairly tall lineup in there at the moment, Barry, don't they? But not a real guard in any one player. Turnaround jump shot.
Nice turnaround by Nigel. He's probably been one of those unsung sort of players this year, Nigel. He's carried a load and did a good job for his team.
Nice fake in there by Scott Fisher. Draws the foul out of Greg Bartlett. 21-19 now. Scott Fisher trying to make it 22, which he does. And, you know, really that backcourt there, Nigel Purchase about 6'6", Andrew Gage about 6'6". It's a big backcourt, Barry.
Yes, it is. And I notice they've changed the lineup. David Graham is now guarding Andrew Gage.
Well, David Graham did such a great job against Marcellinus. This time gets picked up for the foul.
Yes, he did. He did himself a lot of good. He came in and was given the opportunity to play, and David did a very good job.
And of course, the assistant coach of the Wayne Groomers, Barry, you want to look to players like David Graham, still young, to come in, and Andrew Gay's three-point attempt. Boom! Nope, that doesn't go. Again, Matthew Miller's still scrapping for it, but Scott Fisher comes up with the ball. 22 points to 20. The North Melbourne Giants still in the lead. Scott Fisher, nice drive. Willie Simmons gets it. Whoa!
Yeah, I think he's feeling his lip. He's obviously got a bit of a split. They've had the substitution. They've brought in Peter Walsh, commonly known as the Grasshopper.
7 foot, that's a nice screen. Nigel Purchase with the drop step. Scores on that bucket easily. There's one thing about North Melbourne, their defense hasn't exactly been all that brilliant this year, giving up 100 points a game. Scott Fisher, but the North Melbourne Giants have relied on their offensive output. They're averaging 117 points a game, the leading offensive team in the league.
Yeah, so this game is leading to be, I think, a pretty big offensive game. I'd say there'll be some big scores tonight.
Well, every time Melbourne plays, again, Andrew Gay gets open. Boy, he's getting his toe tough in there. And that's Andrew Gay's 12th point in the first quarter. Last week against the Canberra Cannons, he scored 50, I think it was. And they say he could have scored 56 he scored. They said he could have scored 70 if he hadn't fouled out. Short on that first one, but Scott Fisher there. Fisher got mugged, should have got a call. And they're going to call on Scott Fisher. It might have been a little bit tough.
I thought he was just a shade unlucky there.
Well, Scott Fisher got that offensive rebound, got mugged as he shot the ball up to the basket. And, on the second phase of the play, got called for the foul, and that'll put Grasshopper to the Peter Walsh to the free throw line, the big 7-foot center. He must be 32, 33 years of age now, Barry?
Yes, I wasn't sure whether Grasshopper played against Perth. I came down, I thought maybe he might have retired.
Nigel Purchase trying to get it over Willie Simmons. He does. Willie Simmons looks like he hurt his ankle on that play. He's limping a little bit. That won't be good news for the Giants with the playoffs around the corner and a game against you guys tomorrow, Barry.
Yeah, I thought it didn't look too bad.
That's right. Wayne Carroll, 2-point attempt, good fake. Nice shot. Wayne Carroll, the experienced player for Australia. In fact, in the series against New Zealand just recently in Oceania, Barry, he was the player of the series, wasn't he?
That's right. No, he got the defensive player of the series, and he had an excellent series.
Well, he's such an experienced campaigner. Andrew Gaze gets free once more. Nice pass in there to Nigel Purchase. Can't produce the points. Bruce Holcomb, who's coming to the game. Nice outlet pass to David Graham. 3-on-2. Wayne Carroll off the glass. 2 points. So 30 points to 26. 2 minutes to go in this first quarter. And as I said last week, we got a lot of points on the board at this stage of the game. And Melbourne's problem is they can produce in the first and second quarters. Have trouble staying in there 3 and 4 quarters later. Wayne Carroll on the breakaway. Ooh, boy.
They try to run the ball, and they'll get run right out of the door.
Oh, they like to score points, Barry, that's all.
That's right.
31-26 with that free throw by Wayne Carroll. 5-point lead now to the Giants. 32-26, and Wayne Carroll takes a rest, and Ray Gordon comes in. Ray Gordon from this Melbourne club. He's played his whole career at Melbourne, and this year transferred across to North Melbourne.
Yes, well, that's right. He just came across this year because he just said all his junior career was at Melbourne. But obviously he felt there's that backdoor play again.
Nigel Purchase to Andrew Gaze. 14 points now for Andrew Gaze. I think what they said is North Melbourne paid Ray Gordon. That's why he went across. Melbourne renowned for not paying their players a whole lot of money. Andrew Gaze not happy with that call. Now Ray Gordon comes in and knocks the first free throw in. Last week against Newcastle, Ray Gordon hit 3 for 3 from the 3-point line, and that was all in the space of about 3 minutes. Knocks down 2 for 2. That's a 6-point lead now to the Giants. 1 minute to go in this first period. Nigel Purchase, he's got Ray Gordon on him. Toss for Andrew Power. Now the ball's with Andrew Gaze. 3-point attempt, long one from Andrew Gaze.
Nice basket again.
Andrew Gaze running at will. He's got 17 points. I'd have him on my team anytime, Barry.
I'd have him on mine too.
Is that a recruiting hint?
Yeah, that's right.
Well, 3-point attempt tried there from David Graham. Peter Walsh with the big ball knocked loose. Bruce Hogan after it. With a sloppy play, they could end up in So I said it was a sloppy play, ended up with a sloppy maneuver, and Willie Simmons gets called for the travel. 34-31, still a 3-point lead to the Giants. Melbourne Tigers hanging in there. They're going to have to produce a lot of points to stay in this game at this rate. Ray Gordon there gets a hand in. 25 seconds on the clock, 17 on the shot clock. So the Melbourne Tigers will look for one shot here. Lindsey Gaze tells his son a couple wants to run a play here. 8 seconds on the shot clock now. They look for Andrew Gaze. They can't get it to him. Someone's got to get a shot up pretty quick. David Graham gets the steal. 8 seconds to go in the game in the first quarter. Graham looking to pull up. Ray Shirley, 3-point attempt. No, that's short. Andrew Gaze at the last second. Almost goes down. Would have tied the game up in the first quarter. But after 12 minutes to play, the Melbourne Tigers hanging in there. Well, the team's just back out in the court warming up for the start of the third quarter. Referee Graham Kemp ready to throw the ball up to 2 7-footers to go at it. And Willie Simmons wins that battle. North Melbourne, as they've done so far in each quarter. Gets first blood. Willie Simmons still looking for the foul from Mel Cooper. But if Willie Simmons would just worry about playing and not the referee, he'd be okay.
That's right. Let the referee do his job. And
Andrew Power gets open. Willie Simmons goes up with a block. Andrew Power, the youngster, comes out and hits a nice bucket. Benny Lewis right back, and he scores himself from the 15-foot mark. And North Melbourne Giants take a 2-point lead, 60-58. And they stay in that box and one, so Bruce Palmer happy with the result from the second quarter. Benny Lewis goes for the steal. Nigel Purchase holds it up. Ian Rouse, he's had a good first half, 12 points. Andrew Power, 2 for 2 over Willie Simmons. So maybe Power decides that, okay, Ian Rouse, you had a good first half, I'll have a good second half. Willie Simmons throws that ball almost away. David Graham has to save it, and he saves it to Ian Rouse. Here comes Melbourne. Nigel Purchase off the glass. David Graham picks up the missed shot. The Giants look like they want to run. Scott Fisher. Charge. Ian Rouse again. They're going to remember that name, that's for sure.
That's right. He sacrificed his body for the team and got in the way. And picked up the charging foul.
Tie ball game, 60 apiece. I don't remember anybody scoring, so they must have had not put the 2 points up earlier.
They've gone away from the box now. It looks like they're going to just a 2-3 zone.
Well, Ian Rouse over there. Wayne Carroll remembers he's put a few down. There's Nigel Purchase. A tip there by Andrew Power doesn't go, and it's up to Scott Fisher. Nice pass into Willie Simmons. Boom! Good dunk there by Willie Simmons. 62-60. The Giants have a 2-point lead. Andrew Gaze. Nigel Purchase, nice reverse layup. Can't get the ball to drop. And here's Benny Lewis at the other end. This will be an easy 2. And the Giants open up a 4-point margin.
Unfortunately, there's 2 green, I'd say 2 relatively easy converts missed by Nigel, which has been very costly. A slam dunk and an easy uncontested layup. There have been 2 costly misses by the Melbourne club and by Nigel Purchase.
Well, you're right. They've gone back to a standard 2-3 zone. Andrew Gaze, they've been affected by this zone defense. He can't get a shot away. Ian Rouse, another costly turnover, and here come the Giants. They want to get that ball off the floor quick. Started with a quick lineup with Wayne Carroll, Benny Lewis, and David Graham. Benny on the drive.
They're going now to the line. Benny's going to the line to shoot 2. He makes the first one, and that means they've converted now for every turnover.
That's right.
And you can't do that. You can't let a team as good as this team get the points too cheaply.
Well, 66-60 now. 6-point margin for the Tigers to catch up. And they extend that zone defense out a little bit. Andrew Power a long way from the basket. Andrew Gaze. Scott Fisher on him. They really have to put a lot of attention on Andrew Gaze. He hasn't touched the ball a whole lot in this second half. Nigel Purchase, 10-second buzzer goes. Nigel Purchase looking for a shot. Nice pass into Andrew Gaze. 2 points. So eventually they'll find him.
Yes, well, I noticed then they looked like they played a bit of a match-up there, Bobby. They've...
Scott Fisher turnaround jumper. It flies very quickly on Andrew Gaze's bucket. We'll wait to see what they do here.
Yeah, they let Andrew cut through and see Wayne Carroll goes and picks him up.
There's a lot of times I never taught that because it's too complicated.
No, I'd never had much of a go at it either.
I couldn't even understand. I didn't know how I teach it to my players.
Yeah, no, they're back into the box now.
Nigel Purchase picks up the offensive rebound. He still can't get the ball to drop. Ian Rouse is there again. And the Tigers control the play. So 68-62, a 6-point lead to North Melbourne Giants. Looking for an easy 2 here, or a 2, I'm sorry. Peter Walsh. Ian Rouse, 3-point attempt. No, that one's short. Scott Fisher outlets to Benny Lewis. Look out, anything can happen here.
Good call, good defense.
Well, Ian Rouse again with a clenched fist. See here, he had pretty good position.
Yeah, Benny's dropped the shoulder, and
I think Benny was just hoping that he got the call his way so he'd go to the line, because he sure wasn't going to make the shot.
That's right. Just made the contact and threw it up.
Well, again, the Tigers looking patiently to get someone open here. Peter Walsh. Andrew Gay saying, give me the ball.
Actually, they're back in a 2-3 zone.
10-second buzzer goes. Andrew Gaze has the ball. Gets double teamed there. Pulls up the 3-point attempt. That's short. Scott Fisher chases it down off to Benny Lewis again. So here come the Giants. 3-on-2. Nice pass in there to Scott Fisher. Boom. Easy 2. 70.62. An 8-point margin now to the North Melbourne Giants. And they're looking good at this stage. Andrew Gaze 3-point attempt doesn't go. And here comes the Giants again. They got the numbers. Ian Rouse trying to steal the ball again. Scott Fisher, no. Benny Lewis, offensive rebound. Off the glass, no. Willie Simmons inside. Scott Fisher picks it up, and Peter Walsh picks up the foul. Well, he's got 17 points. He's the leading scorer for the Giants, and also the leading rebounder at 10 rebounds a game. So not a bad free throw shooter either, as he knocks in the first of 2. 9-point lead now to the Giants, so they're starting to move away now. 1 for 2. Still a 9-point lead. 71-62. 6.5 minutes to go in this third period.
Yeah, Melbourne's efficiency in offense has probably diminished a little bit. Maybe they got a little bit tired, and unfortunately, you know, they're running on it every opportunity now.
Andrew Power from the baseline. There's Matthew Miller, who's back in the game now. Ian Rouse passes off to Andrew Power, the running hook. Way off the mark, and here come the Giants. They're looking to push that ball up at every opportunity. David Graham off the backboard. Nice shot. Lindsey Gaze goes for another timeout. His team down 73-62. The Giants are looking good. 11-point lead to the North Melbourne Giants. Andrew Gaze pushes the ball up the floor quick. Goes all the way. Doesn't get the call. Willie Simmons with the block shot.
That really wasn't what the coach asked him to do. And there's the answer.
When you're the coach's son, I guess it's okay.
Well, I wouldn't say so. I think the coach is pretty disappointed in his son's attitude to running that play.
75-62 now. Nigel Purchase. Willie Simmons. 75-64. Benny Lewis off the screen. Short on that shot. There's Scott Fisher again. Andrew Gaze picks it up quickly behind his back. This guy can handle the ball. Andrew looking for the give and go, and Ian Rouse couldn't hold on to the ball, so the ball was out of bounds. A costly turnover. David Graham into Willie Simmons. Ball knocked loose. Ian Rouse picks it up, makes up for his mistake. Andrew says, hold it up. Lindsey says, Andrew, I want you to run the offense.
Yeah, let's see if they do what the coach asked them to do this time.
Nigel Purchase off the backboard, gets another 2. Nigel Purchase, 18 points, brings his team back to within 9.
See, they slowed up the tempo. They, you know, that gives you some confidence in what the coach has to say when you come down. Speaking on behalf of the coaching fraternity.
What do they say when you do what the coaches said, you win and you look good?
That's right, exactly right. See,
at least that's what the coaches say.
That's right, that's what we all say.
Ray Gordon comes into the game, Benny Lewis leaves. North Melbourne.
See, the Giants have definitely up-tempoed their game, and unfortunately the young Melbourne team have fallen for the trap, and they're trying to run the same tempo.
Andrew Gaze going all the way down the lane, 2 points. So that's perseverance from Andrew Gaze, the youngster at 22 years of age. That's his 25th point for the ball game, so still 20 points down on his average. And long way to go yet. Scott Fisher off to Wayne Carroll. Giants now looking to take the time. David Graham all the way. Yes. Nice running left-hand layup. Natural right-hander, so using that offhand. And a 9-point lead still to the North Melbourne Giants, 77-68. Nigel Purchase, cross-court pass, 2 points again. So Nigel Purchase having a good night, 20 points. While they're really keying on Andrew Gaze, I guess Nigel Purchase has an opportunity to get himself open, doesn't he?
Well, that's what Lindsay was telling his team, was that the weak side play would be open when Andrew cut, that he would draw Wayne Carroll from the weak side, because it looks as though that's the key to the box defense, is that if Andrew cuts through, Wayne picks him up and runs him through. Unfortunately, that's his 5th foul. That's what's it, Andrew Power's 5th foul.
Well, Andrew Power helping out there, did not like the call. Lindsey Gaze didn't like the call either. He thought he had all ball. But the referee, Mal Cooper, made the call, and Andrew Power is out of the game. So that could be a telling point. As, David Graham throws the ball away. They don't call that. Everybody says what happened. Lindsey Gaze is on the court. He wants to play.
That's right. Well, he's saying that the ball went back, but the referee's saying that there was a hand on it. But they got a touch. Oh.
Andrew Gaze up the court. Yes! So Peter Morris gathers that ball in. Bruce Palmer not happy with his club at the moment.
Well,
seeing that lead slip away, only a 5-point bulge now.
You know, they're letting the young players play again. You know, it's become a purely an offensive game. This better go. If that doesn't go, they're back in the game again.
Lindsey Gaze really talking to Mal Cooper. Gets himself open. Andrew Gaze gets 2 points. So here come the Tigers. 77-74. And the Tigers have reeled off 6 straight points. That's 27 points to Andrew Gaze. Combination at the moment. Willie Simmons not really doing a good job getting some points on the board.
The North Melbourne started to run away with a little bit, but they've, again, I think they got a bit carried away with their running performance, and they've come down and taken some poor shots.
And Willie Simmons misses the first of the free throws. Lindsey Gaze still yelling instructions to his team. Hits the second. So 78-74, 4-point lead now to the Giants. Andrew Gaze brings the ball back up. They want to run their offensive motion.
Yes, they didn't go with Andrew this time. There's that cross-court pass again.
Ian Rouse down the lane.
Down it goes.
So Ian Rouse having a great night. 14 points to him. And he picks up a bucket just when his team needs one. Ray Gordon, 3-point attempt. Ooh, rings out. And here comes Andrew Gaze. There's Ian Rouse again. Blocked there from Ray Gordon. Saved by Andrew Gaze, and Peter Morse chases it down. So here's a chance for the Tigers to tie it up. 78-76. Peter Morse not looking to shoot the ball.
No, he's just moving the ball around.
I'm a passer. Andrew Gaze dumps it off to Nigel Purchase. Nice down.
2-point ball game.
And they tie it up 78 apiece. Lindsey Gaze is really working hard on the sidelines. He's making sure his team keeps their minds about them. North Melbourne looking to run their offensive play. Ray Gordon, 2-point attempt. That's short again, so really not taking very smart plays and shots at all. And missing Up to Matthew Miller. 2 points to Matthew Miller off the good heads-up play. And they take the lead 80-78. Benny Lewis draws it back, 80 points apiece. Almost at this stage, you see that the Melbourne Tigers are scoring a lot easier. Benny Lewis picks up the foul. 80 points apiece. 1 minute to go in this third period. Still not in the bonus situation for fouls, so it'll be side ball, Melbourne Tigers.
Yeah, it looks like they're going to the box again. I'd say Bruce just called the box from the bench. Yeah, looks like they're in a bit of confusion there.
Well, they don't really know what they're in. Andrew Gay's pump fake. That ball rings out. Peter Morse. Ball knocked away there. Benny Lewis throws into it. Oh, Willie Simmons throws it right to Peter Morse. 2-point attempt there. And he's down. Andrew Gay fired uphill. 38 seconds to go in this third period. It's 82-80. The Melbourne Tigers are on top. Willie Simmons draws the foul out of Ian Rouse.
Hey, they're doing very well.
Willie Simmons knocks the first of 2 down. You look over at the North Melbourne bench. There's a lot of long faces over there at the moment. From the administration to the players to the owners.
They're showing a bit of concern at the moment.
Willie Simmons there in the lane too quick. Knew he was short on that.
Melbourne, let's see what happens here. Melbourne, 29 seconds on the clock. They can milk that clock down and get the last shot. There's no way that they should give the ball back to North Melbourne.
Well, you got 30 seconds.
They should go in the last quarter with an advantage, at least of 1 point.
Matthew Miller across to Nigel Purchase. I think Melbourne will look for a good shot if they can get it. Peter Morse is not going to take the shot. Throws it out to Nigel Purchase. 10 seconds on the shot clock. 8 seconds on the clock. Here's Andrew. Oh, has a backdoor play. Nigel
6 seconds on the clock.
6 seconds. Benny Lewis out, goes for the 3-point attempt. No, that doesn't go in. And so after 3 quarters of play, the Melbourne Tigers hold on to a 1-point lead, 82-81. Lindsey Gay still over there talking to Mal Cooper.
Getting on to Cooper. Actually, I'm not saying too much about the coins because I've used that myself. Yes, I did.
Barry, you would have called that a timeout, yeah.
Yeah, that's right.
Benny Lewis, North Melbourne picks up the opening tip-off, and they'll want to score first if they can. Into Scott Fisher. Gets a pump fake, doesn't get a call. Ball goes out of bounds, it'll be North Melbourne ball. No, it'll be Melbourne ball.
Played from out of bounds. He played it, you stepped on the line.
So
now let's just say if the Melbourne youngsters can hold their patience together here.
Well, one thing they do, they definitely run their offensive flow. Andrew Gay's 2-point attempt, that'll be good. So Wayne Carroll gave him some room, and Andrew Gay took it. 84-81 now, 3-point lead. Wayne Carroll gets himself open, draws it into Ray Shirley, pump fake. So Ray Shirley picks up a 2-pointer and brings his team back to within 1. 29 points to Andrew Gay's there in the first 3 quarters. Nigel Purchase 22. Ian Rouse at 14. The ball goes out of bounds off Andrew Gay's. For North Melbourne, Willie Simmons 22 leading all scorers for the Giants. Scott Fisher 20. And Benny Lewis has picked up 15. Scott Fisher gets himself open inside. Nice shot. Ball rings out, so nothing going right for the Giants at this stage. Still down 1, and here come the Tigers. Andrew Gay drives the baseline. Nice pass in the Nigel Purchase. Ray Shirley a little bit too late. Picks up the foul. That'll put Nigel Purchase to the line for 2.
Yes, I thought Nigel should have stood up a little bit on that and probably would have, might have got the 3-point play. He sort of leant back.
Well, the first of 2 go down for Nigel Purchase. That's 23 points to Purchase. This is the second, so a 2-point lead to the Tigers, 85-83 in this last period of play. Ray Shirley holds up play for the Giants.
Surprisingly, he hasn't gone back to his own, like David Graham. I thought David was doing a pretty good job.
Ray Gordon down the lane, ball gets knocked out of bounds. It'll be North Melbourne ball. At the moment, I see the Tigers are starting to get tired, and North Melbourne's getting some open shots. They're just not putting them down. Bruce Palmer wants the timeout. See some spots of gray there in his hair. Still a very young man, old Bruce Palmer. He's a player a couple of years ago for North Melbourne. Must be what coaching does to you, Barry.
Yeah, that's right. You know, as people don't believe that I had a full head of hair before I got started.
You only got a few strands left.
Yeah, that's right. It's a busy business out there.
You look at Lindsey Gaze over there. He's not exactly endowed with a full crop either.
Well, that's what those players do to us.
That's right, too. North Melbourne, no.
Good anticipation by Andrew.
Boom! Andrew Gaze rubs a little bit of salt in that wound with a dunk. 87-83, 4-point lead now to the Melbourne Tigers. Not too many people in the stadium would have thought that possible as they get the ball away to Wayne Carroll. Inside and behind, Ian Rouse got a foul but didn't get a call. Nigel Purchase will get that foul on Benny Lewis. 87-83. I was saying, Barry, there's not a whole lot of people in the stadium would have thought the Tigers should stay with North Melbourne in this game.
Well, no, and you know, I came here hoping, but was only hoping, and the Melbourne side took a great job right at the moment.
Ray Gordon, another three-point attempt, so taking a lot of shots. He just can't put any down at the moment against his old club. His old club looking like they have the best of what's going on at the moment. 9 minutes, 38 seconds to go in this last period of play. And the Giants have stayed in this 2-2 zone with a man player on Andrew Gaze. Nigel Purchase gets open, can't score, and scores. Scott Fisher a little bit late.
You know, right at the moment, the Giants seem to be too concerned with what the officials are calling. You're right, Bobby, and instead of concentrating and getting their game together.
Well, that last time out, Benny Lewis takes it down the lane, can't get himself open, tries to score, still can't put it down. Bruce Palmer said leave Matthew Miller open. Wrong thing to do, he just scored 3 points on him. 90-83, Andrew Gaze on the drive, yes! Reverse layup. The Melbourne Tigers doing it all, 92-83, 9-point lead. Here you see Andrew Gaze, unlucky not to get the call. Got Fisher inside, draws the foul out of Matthew Miller. He'll go to the line for 2.
Well, I think their offense became too urgent. You know, they just got out and they want to take the three-point shot to bring the game back. And now you've got guys like Fisher now who aren't making the shots either. So you know, the Melbourne team has really taken it up to them, and I think the Giants have become a little bit rattled. They've become a little bit rattled now.
I agree. They're getting good shots. They're just not putting them down. Still an 8-point lead to the Tigers now. Andrew Gaze, three-point attempt. Yes! Oh, I think I've seen deja vu of what I saw when the Russians were playing. Three-point attempt to Andrew Gaze. Now that's 36 points to the youngster. David Graham goes for a three-pointer himself. He applies only a two-pointer. I'm sorry, 1 foot on the line. 95-86, still a 9-point lead to the Melbourne Tigers. We have 8 minutes to go in this ball game. One thing for sure, you better watch Andrew Gaze.
That's right. Don't let Andrew start lighting up.
Nigel Purchase gets a foul on Ray Shirley. Nigel's on the line for 2.
Yes, knocked it down, gives him a 10-point lead.
It's the first of 2, 10 points, as you said, Barry. Boy, oh boy. This could be an upset in the making, one of the biggest upsets of the season. 96-86, Ray Shirley dumps it off to Willie Simmons. Willie Simmons on the line. It's the first of 2. He brings it back to within 9. Need a few more of those, though.
Yes, North Melbourne have really got to get their offensive game together, because they're defensively now they're having trouble containing the Melbourne team.
Well, an 8-point lead to the Tigers. Lindsey Gaze over there stalking the sideline, trying to get his team to hold on to this 8-point lead. We've seen his team there so often this year and just not come up with the points. Andrew Gaze down the lane, dumps it off to Nigel Purchase. Down the lane, Nigel Purchase. Whoa! If that would have gone in, I would have said things definitely going to go right for Melbourne.
That's right. It was.
Well, they get the ball back, though. Better stay out on Andrew Gaze. Nigel Purchase there looking for his teammate. Wayne Carroll on Purchase. Andrew Gaze, 36 points in this game. Gets double teamed there by Ray Shirley and Wayne Carroll. 14 seconds still on the shot clock. Peter Morse gets open. Takes the ball down the lane, can't score. Here come the Giants. David Graham down the right side of the lane, goes for the lane.
Yeah,
The Giants need a few more of those quick buckets. Makes that score line down quick. Bruce Palmer wants his team to extend that defense.
Yes, well, Melbourne now have got a couple of players out there that probably won't look too much at the basket, and this is where the North Melbourne team can exploit it. But they don't one.
Well, there's one player that will.
He's the man that they got to stop.
Andrew Gay's three-pointer. David Graham goes for his own three-point attempt. Oh, they call a foul.
Called it after the shot.
Bruce Palmer still upset him on the sideline. He thinks that this man got fouled in the act of shooting. Alan Keeley comes down to settle down his coach.
That's right. They don't want a technical foul now.
99-90. Inside to Scott Fisher. 2-point, easy one. No! Blocked from behind by Nigel Burgess. Heads up play. Here comes Ian Rouse. Can he score? Yes! 101 to 90. We got 6.5 minutes to go in this game, and heads up play there from Andrew Gaze. Willie Simmons looking inside, jump hook.
And they're not dropping now. There have been some good fouls because that ball's not just dropping for Simmons. Because all he's looking for is his jump hook.
Boy, oh boy, oh boy. 101 to 90, 6 minutes 23 seconds to go in the game. On the Giants, if Hobart loses to Canberra tonight,
yep.
Barry, you got a game tomorrow.
We've got a game tomorrow. That's right, Bobby.
I'll definitely be there, that's for sure. Willie Simmons misses the first of two, hits the second, so a 10-point lead to Melbourne. Andrew Gaze, the man that's done it all tonight, 39 points, a lot of rebounds. Nigel Purchase had a great game, 24 points. And they're taking their time each time down the court now, looking for the right man. The Giants getting a little bit extended, which sometimes gives that opening. Andrew Gaze, three-pointer. Holy mackerel! Andrew Gaze loves it. He loves it.
Benny Lewis is going to try the same. That was a two-pointer. 2 points to Lewis. I think the North Melbourne bench a little bit shell-shocked over there at the moment. There's the man again.
Three-point attempt again. No, he almost goes down.
They've got the ball.
There's Peter Morris. Andrew, 2 points.
Andrew Gaze is back in for two.
Holy mackerel. 106-93. Benny Lewis replies for two. Andrew Gaze fouls Scott Fisher from behind. That'll put him to the free throw line for a 1-and-1. What do you say, Barry? I mean, what can you say? See Andrew Gaze there over the back.
That's right. He's right in the game. He's right in the game. As I said, I think the rest of the Melbourne team are falling in around him. They're going to go right to the wire with this game.
Scott Fisher hits the first of two. 106-94. Not a whole lot of people happy over there on the sideline of North Melbourne side.
No.
Scott Fisher knocks the second one down. The Giants going for a full court pressure defense.
Nope.
They get a turnover. Wayne Carroll three-pointer. Yes! Down to 8 points very quickly. 106-98. Still a long way to go. 5 minutes and 20 seconds left. But here comes this man, Andrew Gaze.
Yes.
Draws the foul out of Willie Simmons. Nobody likes the call. As you see there, Andrew Gaze goes up. Willie wanted that blocked shot. Andrew holding on to the last second and draws the foul. Andrew Gaze knocks the first one down. Knocks the second one down, so 46 points.
46.
Andrew Gaze. Two-point attempt, Wayne Carroll in reply. Not there. Scott Fisher, good offensive rebound. Puts it into the hole. Bring that score line back to 8. So point scoring.
Oh, no, that's the sort of turnovers that they don't want right now.
Scott Fisher brings it down. Benny Lewis on the break. Two-pointer. That's good.
That's it. Back to 6.
108-102.
This is where the Melbourne club, the young players usually...
David Graham there tries to do too much.
Yep.
That'll be the 14th foul, so it'll still be side ball. No, I'm sorry, 1-1. 15th foul in this quarter. So Andrew Gaze will go to the line. 108-102. Bruce Palmer over on the sideline still there's Andrew Gaze. 46 points in this game. Misses the shot, but Nigel Purchase there with the rebound. Willie Simmons with a block shot. But the Melbourne Tigers retain
got the ball. They've retained possession. They need to work. They need a basket this time. They need to work the ball. Oh, there's the man.
Ian Rouse, three-point attempt. That's short. Scott Fisher there. The Tigers still can't get possession. Oh, I'm sorry, the Tigers do get possession. Three-pointer from Andrew Gaze. They need an offensive board. And they get a foul from Peter Morris, who's had to done a lot of work tonight, with Andrew Power already fouled out of the game. Andrew Gaze disappointed he missed that three-point attempt, but it was a long way out.
It was a long way out.
1-1 attempt from Willie Simmons now. 108-102. We got a ball game on our hands here at Albert Park in the last round of the National Basketball League regular season. Willie Simmons there needs to take that shot. They'll count down 5 seconds. He's got to get it away. Calmly steps to the line, hits the first of two, so 5-point lead now. 108-103, 4 minutes to go in the game. Simmons misses the second. David Graham, three-point attempt, no, knocks it back. Across to Wayne Carroll, two-pointer. That's not there. Willie Simmons, good rebound. Draws it off to Wayne Carroll, yes! 108-105, three-point now lead to the Melbourne Tigers.
And they're North Melbourne have upped the tempo in the defense.
Well, they just don't want to relax too much. Someone still has to shoot the ball.
Oh, bad pass. This is where the Melbourne team fall down.
Easy 2 points of North Melbourne. 108-107. David Graham picks the foul up, so that'll put Andrew Gaze to the line. And as you said, Barry, they're just young.
Yeah, this is where their inexperience tells, unfortunately. You know, they had a big lead, had a good lead, good comfortable lead, but they've come down now. They've got excited in the situation. And also credit to North Melbourne. They've upped the tempo on their defense.
Well, this is why basketball is so exciting a game, Barry. I mean, you know, the Giants were up 11 points in the third quarter. The Tigers were up 11 points in the fourth quarter. And now we're getting down to the wire. The Tigers still only hold a 3-point margin.
What's that give him around about nearly, what, 48 points for the game?
48 points to Andrew Gaze. Averaging 43 points a year on the year. Scott Fisher there. Gets fouled but doesn't get a call. Scott Fisher again, yes. 110-109. 1-point lead now to the Melbourne Tigers. They've done it all tonight to hang in there. Still a long way to go now. 3 minutes to go. Peter Morris, Matthew Miller. Nigel Purchase looking for Andrew Gaze. David Graham on him. Peter Morris on the drive. Goes right by Willie Simmons. Benny Lewis almost throws the ball away. Willie Simmons
out of bounds, he stepped on the line.
And Willie Simmons out of bounds on the Andrew Gaze all the way.
It's called trouble.
And here come the Giants.
Melbourne running it up.
Wayne Carroll three-pointer doesn't go. That would have tied the ball game up. Still 2 minutes 42 seconds to go, so a long way from the end of this ball game. 3-point lead to the Melbourne Tigers.
North Melbourne have gone to man-to-man.
We have a pro-Giant
rotating the ball
in here too, Barry. They're yelling out for the Giants. Andrew Gaze off target on that one. Wayne Carroll pulls it down. Gets rid of the defense and holds it up. Good heads-up play there, Wayne Carroll. Scott Fisher drives the lane. Yes! So brings it back to within 1. 2 minutes to go in the game. And we're going all the way down to the wire. Andrew Gaze taking his time. Matching up with David Graham. Nigel Purchase. Ian Rouse there, no one on him.
Actually, no one's guarding, that's right. No one's guarding Ian Rouse.
Nigel Purchase, block shot there, Willie Simmons. Here come the Giants. They're down down one. They need a bucket. Across to Benny Lewis. Loses the ball, Benny Lewis. They have the numbers. Here come the Giants. Don't turn your back.
And he goes to the bucket. Goes to the line.
So with 1 minute 31 seconds to go in the game, Wayne Carroll fouls Andrew Gaze. You see there, he's a little bit out of position. The Giants just turn their back. You can't do that against a club like the Tigers. They're going to come at you. And Andrew Gaze knocks the first of two down. Boy, the crowd getting their money's worth tonight.
Yeah.
Andrew Gaze, can he go two
That's
for two?
right. They need a big play now.
50 points now to Andrew Gaze.
North Melbourne need a big play now.
3-point lead. The Giants need a bucket.
This is the man they've got to go to, I believe, at this time.
Benny Lewis, three-point attempt. Can he knock it down? No, he's short on it. He goes in for the rebound. Still can't get it. The Tigers have the ball with 1 minute to go. 1 minute, 5 seconds. The Melbourne Tigers, 3 points up. This would be the upset of the season. Ian Rouse. Andrew Gaze still holding on to it. 6 seconds on the shot clock. Nigel Purchase there, lets one go. Gets his offensive rebound, no. Here come the Giants. Benny Lewis inside.
That's the man.
Scott Fisher. Still can't go. Willie Simmons with the board. And Ian Rouse picks up the foul. Well, with 36 seconds to go, as we said, there's a lot of pressures here on Willie Simmons. They need to put these down. 1-1. Yes. Willie Simmons, no problem, says Willie Simmons. Brings the scoreline back to within 2. The Tigers will have to get a shot away. Short on that one. Heads up play, Andrew Gaze. Benny Lewis knocks Andrew Gaze out. Well, we'll see what happens here in the end. Andrew Gaze takes it all the way down. Wayne Carroll on him. What they don't want to do is foul and give him more than 30 seconds. They will. Wayne Carroll picks up that foul. Let's see what they can get. Andrew Gaze has possession now. He's got Wayne Carroll on him. They want to stall this ball game out. Andrew Gaze dumps it off to Nigel Purchase. Really need to extend it. Willie Simmons. Melbourne Tigers, 16 seconds to go. 2-point lead to the Melbourne Tigers. 11 seconds to go. They're still holding on. The Giants, desperation time. Need to foul. Willie Simmons. David Bryant can't figure it out. 2 seconds to go. The Melbourne Tigers.
And they've done it.
Andrew Gaze up on the sideline. He loves it. Excellent win for the Melbourne Tigers. Barry Barnes, what do you think?
I was just seeing like young Stephen Lenarden from my team that we've got a game tomorrow now.
Well, that puts the cat amongst the pigeons. Tomorrow, the East Side Melbourne Spectres will take on the North Melbourne Giants. And if the Hobart Devils lost to Canberra tonight, we have a game tomorrow, the last game of the season, to pull off that 6th and final playoff position. Andrew Gaze, 50 points on the night. He did it all. So with the scoreline run out, 114 to the Melbourne Tigers, 112.
What a terrific result for the Tigers. Again, Gaze put his magic to work, scoring a massive 52 points, with the assistance of the tireless Nigel Purchase, enabling the Tigers to sneak in as winners over North Melbourne, 114-112. Melbourne put it all together for one of the rare occasions this half of the season, and actually gave Gaze the support he deserves, with Purchase scoring 24, Rouse 16, and some great defence from Power to enable the Tigers to treat their home crowd to an exciting display of basketball, one certainly to be remembered by all of those who watched. The Giants will have to alter their game plan if they want to beat the super teams of Adelaide and Brisbane, with the past 2 games showing that their lack of defence has allowed the opposition too many clear shots at the basket, something which could prove their downfall again if they don't close those gaps. Around the country in other games, Adelaide defeated Geelong 128-97, Illawarra took out Hobart 124-109, Sydney defeated Westside Melbourne 118-98, Perth scored 119 to beat Geelong 105, Canberra defeated Hobart 124-95, Brisbane scored 126 to beat West Sydney 118. Brisbane certainly had to struggle in that one, but Leroy Loggins came to the rescue with a big 42 points. Newcastle defeated Westside Melbourne 151-126, and North Melbourne managed a win against Eastside Melbourne 130-96. Now for a look at the ladder. The Adelaide 36ers took out the minor premiership with their strong win over the Geelong Cats. The Brisbane Bullets clung to second spot after that shaky win over West Sydney. Both Adelaide and Brisbane will have a bye in round 1 of the Wang final series. The Hobart Tassie Devils saw their finals chances disappear in a blaze of points, as first Illawarra, then Canberra gave them a trouncing. Illawarra finished third behind Brisbane by virtue of only a percentage difference with Brisbane. The Hawks and Perth, third and fourth, won the right to host their respective sudden death finals games. It was real fun and games time in the battle for the sixth and last playoff spot though. Melbourne, as we know, ended their 17-game losing streak and upset North Melbourne by 2. This means the winner of Sunday's clash between North and Eastside qualified for the finals. Eastside weren't able to accept the gift that had been handed to them on a platter, and they could only muster token resistance as North Melbourne swept them aside and reclaimed sixth spot, which apparently had been earmarked for them over the last 6 weeks. Next week, we'll be bringing you the sudden death elimination game between Illawarra and North Melbourne from the Hawks' home stadium, the Snake Pit. Certainly an awesome experience for any team to have to face the home crowd of Illawarra as well as the Hawks. The loser of this battle exits the 87 season and the winner advances to round 2 of the playoff series, which in itself will motivate both teams to put in their best performances, knowing it could well be their last performances for 1987. I hope you can join me next week for those highlights, but for now, for the SBS Sports team, I'm Rebecca Letourneau. Good night.
That National Basketball League game between Melbourne and North Melbourne will be repeated this Saturday afternoon at 1:25. That's 12:55 in Adelaide. And after that, soccer action and information with On the Ball.